Hi, my name is Nadia, and today I'm going to be talking about how to budget specifically to save money. Many people want to save for retirement or save for a house or even a car, and it's going to be really important how to utilize a budget to save money for any of those things. It's too broad to say that you want to save money just to save money or just to have. It's going to be really important that you have a goal and that you identify it. You are not going to be determined or motivated to stick to your budget or stick to your plan if you don't know what your goal is and why that is your goal. A really good example of this is if you want to purchase a new car, it's going to be really important to determine why you want a new car. Is it because you've never had one? Is it because your last one is breaking down and causing issues? Once you've identified what your goal really is and why, the next step is going to be determining how you're going to reach your goal. Is it that you need to save $5,000, $10,000, $15,000? This is going to put a number on what you need to save so that you can reach your goal. This is going to be important because you need to have a way of tracking your progress and feeling that you are progressing if you are, and in the opposite if you're not. And that is going to keep you very motivated and a lot more determined to actually hitting them and staying consistent. These small steps may be tedious in the beginning, but these are the steps that are going to keep you sticking to your budget and sticking to your plan in the long term. Even if you have the perfect budget and the perfect plan, you're never going to reach your goals unless you're being consistent. Once you've determined some ways of tracking your progress, such as saving $10,000 in the span of 1 year, that equates to just about a little over $1,000 a month, you're really going to want to utilize a budget to help you reach those goals. The purpose of the budget is going to be to see where you are, see where you can improve, and then really stick to that until you reach your goals. So for this budget example, I am using Google Sheets. This is very similar to Microsoft Excel. Both of these applications are very easy to use. So basically, I'm going to start by labeling my income as well as my expenses. When it comes to income, I like to look at the past couple months and see how much I've made each month and take the minimum. So for example, if I got paid $3,200 one month and $3,000 another month and then $3,100 the next month, I would round down to the amount 3,000 so that if I were to have made more in a given month, that will be extra money versus if I had expected to earn more and made less in a given month, I would not be short in my budget. So for my expenses, I like to start with my fixed expenses or things that I want to make a priority to pay first, such as my rent. My rent is the same every month, and we're going to put $1,000. Next, I want to make sure I have enough for my groceries every month. Every month I spend around the same, around $500. I also pay for my health insurance every month. My health insurance is $200 every month. Next is my auto insurance. I pay about $150 each month. Next, I want to add gas. That is just about all of my fixed expenses. Next, I want to go into my flexible expenses or things that I pay for, but if I had to, I could live without. First on this list, I want to put cat food, and although I could not really live without cat food, this goes under flexible expenses because if I had to, I could find maybe a cheaper brand to feed my cat, or this would be something I could easily make some changes to. Some things I like to put into my flexible expenses are my gym membership, This is also where I would see about how much I'm spending on takeout every month. So from here, you can calculate your total income and your total expenses. So I have gone ahead and calculated that. For our income, we can easily see that it was $3,000, and for our expenses, it looks like our total is at $2,200, which is where we want to be. This is exactly what we want. We don't want to be spending more than what we are making to save money. Now, with an additional $800 every month, I could easily go out on a shopping spree or use this on a vacation. That is more than enough money to make payments on a fancier or newer car. Obviously, if your goal is to save money, you are going to want to put as much of that money away as possible. So for the next few months, I could easily put away, say, $500 every month, and depending on what your goal was in the beginning, if it was to save $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever it may be, you can calculate how long it could take you to reach that goal. You can also see if there is any room for improvement. For example, if I wanted to save more money a month, something I would consider making changes to are my flexible expenses. I spend on average around $100 on takeout. If I spent a little bit more time cooking at home, the food I purchase outside, I could cut that down to $50 and save an additional $50 every month. That would get me to my goals faster. If I found I was spending more money than I made on my income side, I would definitely make more changes to my flexible expenses so that I was not spending more money every month than what I was making. If you find that you are in a position where you are spending a lot more than what you are making, and making adjustments to your flexible expenses simply isn't going to balance that out enough, you do want to take a look at your fixed expenses and see what kind of major changes you can make to those. Personally, I do rent an apartment, which is something I consider a luxury. Should I not have enough money to afford that apartment and I was not able to make changes elsewhere, it would be financially smart to consider getting a roommate or renting out a room in the area for a significantly cheaper price. This would make a greater impact on your budget than something like cutting out takeout. The goal of your budget is really to see where you are and where you stand currently, to make any adjustments that you can to get closer to your goal and to stick to that until you achieve your goal. Consistency is going to be key. And if in your first month you do happen to save and reach closer and closer to your goals, use that as motivation to continue to do that every month or every paycheck, whatever seems easiest to you. Today I went over how to utilize a budget specifically to save money and achieve your goals. If you found this video helpful and you want to see more personal finance content, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.